Good morning everyone. In this video, we will discuss how to find the arithmetic series of a given arithmetic sequence. So we have here two formulas. First, we have S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity of a sub 1 plus a sub n. And next, we have S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity of 2a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. So, for example, you don't have a value for a sub n. Actually, you can still apply this process, but you can incorporate the formula of a sub n in this process by just substituting the formula of this, which is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. So instead of writing a sub n here, we can just directly write the formula of it. So we have a sub 1 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times d. All we need to do is just to combine like terms and copy those terms that don't have the same term. So we have a sub 1 plus a sub 1 is equal to a sub 1, and we will just copy n minus 1 times d since they are not common with with the other terms. So we arrive on this process or method. We have S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity of 2a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. For example number 1, let's take this example. We have 1, 4, 7, and 10, and we have to find the first 10 terms or the sum of the first 10 terms of this series. But first, we need to identify the given. We have d is equal to 4 minus 1, that is equal to 3. Since we don't have a direct given for the value of d, we still need to find its value by applying the formula, which is by subtracting the first term from the second term or subtracting the second term from the third term and so on. So here we have 3 for the common difference, and then this refers to the number of terms or the order of terms being defined or being asked in every given or problem. So here we are going to find for the sum of the first 10 terms of the sequence or series. So we have n is equal to 10 and a sub 1 is equal to 1 since the first term of our sequence or series is equal to 1. So we have actually two processes, but I will show you first this process. I applied here the formula of this type of formula. We have S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity of 2a sub 1 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times d. So I first use this formula for you to have options. We will just substitute those values here. So we have 10 divided by 2, 2 times 1. Where did we get 2? It is from the formula. Plus n minus 1, we have 10 minus 1 times the common difference, which is 3. So we will just manipulate the process. 2 times 1 is 2, 10 minus 1, 9 times 3. So 2 plus 1 or 2 plus 9 times 3, we have 2 plus 27 because 9 times 3 is 27 and 2 plus 27 is 29. And we will just multiply 29 into 5, so we will have 145. So the sum of the first 10 terms of our series or sequence is equal to 145. Or let's say we will use this process or method. S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity of a sub 1 plus a sub n. Here we will have two stages of process. First, we will find the value of a sub n using the formula. So this is the formula. A sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times d. Next, after finding a sub n, we will now substitute the value of it in this formula. So we have it here. A sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times d. So a sub 1 is also given, which is equal to 1 plus n is equal to 10 minus 1 times the common difference of 3. So we have 1 plus 9 times 3, 27. 27 plus 1, we have 28. And we will now apply this or substitute this in our formula, which is here. S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity of a sub 1 plus a sub n. So we have 10 over 2 plus the quantity of 1 plus 28. Next, 29 times 5 is 145. So we still have the same answer. It's up to you if you want to use this way, this process or method, or this method. What if you are asked to find a sub 1 given that the sum of the first 10 terms is equal to 140 and the common difference is 2? How will you find the unknown value of a sub 1? So let's discuss the process on this video. So here is the solution. Since our given is only s sub 10, which is equal to 140, and d that is equal to 2, we cannot make use of the formula s sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity of a sub 1 plus a sub n. We cannot make use of this because we don't have value for a sub n. Instead, we will apply the method which is s sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity of 2a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. So we have here n, a sub 1 is the unknown, n is also given, and d is also given. So where can we find the value of n? It is from s sub 10. And now we will just substitute those given values in our formula. So we have s sub 10 is equal to 10. Whatever will be the value of your n here is also equal to the values of your n here and here. So we have 10 over 2 times the quantity of 2 times the unknown value of a sub 1. So we have a sub 1 here plus the quantity of 10 minus 1 times the common difference, which is 2. And now we will just manipulate the process. So s sub 10 is equal to 140. 10 divided by 2 is 5. To a sub 1, still since we don't have value for a sub 1, plus 10 minus 1 is 9, times 2 we have 18, to a sub 1, 5, 140. So here we will multiply 5 into the terms inside this group or parentheses. So we have 2a sub 1 times 5, we have 10a sub 1, 5 times 18, we have 90. And we will just transpose or apply the addition property of equality for us to find the value of a sub 1. So here we will transfer the positive 90 to the other side of the equation in layman's process. So we have 140 minus 90. Since it is positive, transferring the value will give you negative sign. So we have 140 minus 90 is equal to 10a sub 1. So 140 minus 90 is 50 equals 10a sub 1. So in order for us to eliminate 10 and to find or get the value of a sub 1, we will just divide both sides of our equation by 10 from here. So we have to cancel this out. So 10a sub 1 divided by 10 is a sub 1. 50 divided by 10 is 5. Again, this is just only 5. This is just a marking. So we have now the value for a sub 1, which is equal to 5. What if you are given this condition? How will you find the first term, the last term, and the sum of it? For the solution, let's try to look at this process. So we have a sub n that is equal to 6n. How did we obtain or arrive into this solution or method? First, we will just extract the given condition here or the rule, which is 6n. And for the values of n, for the first term, we will make use the value of 3. And for the last term, we will make use the value which is equal to 35. So we have it here. For the first term, we will just use this method, and also for the last term. So we have a sub 3 is equal to 6 times 3, which is 18. So therefore, this is now our first term. And for a sub 35, for the last term, we have 6 times 35 equals 220. And for the sum of this sequence or condition, we will just get the number of terms from the order 3 going to 33. If we're going to count the number of terms from 3 to 33, or 35 rather, we will get a 33 terms, or the number of terms from 3 to 35 is 33. So we will just use S sub n is equal to S sub 33. So we will find the sum of the first 33 terms of our sequence. So we have 33 over 2 times the quantity of the first term is 18, and the last term, or the 33rd term, is 220, or 210 rather. So 18 plus 210 is equal to 228 times 33 over 2, that is 3,762. So the sum of the first 33 terms of the sequence is equal to 3,762. What if you are given this problem and you need to find the value of x using 2x plus 3x plus 4x until the last term, which is 27x, that is equal to 754. How will you apply the concept of series or the arithmetic series? So here is the solution. The first thing we need to do is to identify our given. We have a sub 1 is equal to 2x. A sub n, since we are not yet sure of what order is 27x, so we will just write here a sub n is equal to 27x. And the sum is equal to 754. Since we don't have a direct value of common difference, which is d, we will just solve it using the concept of adding the first term from the second term and so on and so forth. So we have 3x minus 2x. So the common difference is x. And for us to find the value of n, we will apply the process or the method, which is a sub n, that is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. And we will just substitute those given values above, those things that we can make use of it, or we can use, we will just substitute that on this method or formula. So we have a sub n, we have 27x. A sub 1, we have 2x. Since we don't have value for n yet, so we will just copy it. So we have n minus 1 times the common difference, which is x. Next, we will just multiply this x into those terms inside this group or parentheses. So we have n times x, we have nx. Negative 1 times x, we have negative x. So we have 27x equals 2x plus nx minus x. So we will just combine those terms or like terms. So we have 2x minus x, we have x, and we will just copy nx. And next, we will transfer or transpose or apply the addition property of equality. So in layman's process, I am just transposing this x into the other side of the equation, and it will give you negative x from positive x. So we have 27x minus x equals nx. So 27x minus x is equal to 26x, and that is equal to nx. So for us to find the value of n, we will just divide both sides of the equation by x. So we have nx divided by x is n, 26x divided by x is 26, because we will cancel x here and in our denominator. So now we have n that is equal to 26. Next, we will just apply the method of finding the series or the sum of the arithmetic sequence or series. It is in the format of S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity of a sub 1 plus a sub n. So since we have now 26 for n, we will just make use of it. So we have it here. S sub n is equal to 754, n is equal to 26 divided by 2 times the quantity of the first term, which is 2x, the a sub n, which is 27x. So we will just add these terms here. So we have 2x plus 27x, we have 29x. 26 divided by 2, we have 13. And we will just multiply 13 and 29x to each other. So we will have 377x. Since we are finding the value of x, we will just divide both sides of our equation by 377. The number together with x. So we have 377 here and here. So we will cancel this out, and what will be left out is x, and 754 divided by 377 is equal to 2. So therefore, the value of our x is equal to positive 2.